All right. I guess a relatively happy Labor Day for drivers as we go by the numbers. Cheapest gas prices for the holiday in 4 years. As you look at the average for today at $3.19 a gallon. That's from AAA, down 10 cents from last year at this time. You were $3.29. On the past Labor Day, the prices are the lowest now since 2021. At that point, on Labor Day 2021, you had $3.16 a gallon. Not quite where they were, of course, during the pandemic times when we were $2.23 per gallon, but still down. From Gas Buddy, petroleum analyst Matt Maclain joins us right now. Let me see here. I do have some gas price data from Gas Buddy here on my little tablet. Go year by year, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, and of course 25 here. I guess it's not a huge change, 10 cents, but people feel it. What do you make of the direction from here out, though? Where are we going?
You know, looking at the price map for today, we've actually dropped to $3.15 a gallon, which is exactly what we were predicting for Labor Day. In fact, the reason why we fell a little bit over Labor Day weekend was actually because of a refinery issue that finally got resolved near Chicago due to some flooding, a natural disaster taking place there that impacted prices across 5 states. Now those prices are coming down. So, you know, where do we go from here? It's a great question. We actually are expecting prices to continue falling throughout majority of the month of September, barring any geopolitical issues, barring any tariff issues, and barring any hurricanes, because we are in the height of hurricane season. If everything goes smoothly, we are expecting prices to continue to fall, and the reason for that is because we're actually beginning to come to an end for the summer reformulated gasoline, which is always a little bit higher per gallon, and going into that winter blend, which should save motorists on average roughly about 5 to 10 cents a gallon. In some locales, maybe a little bit more, 12 to 13 cents a gallon.
Speaking of locales, we're all obviously not created equally when it comes to gas prices. Here I have AAA data that we could pop up on the national average in terms of the states, and we're highlighting at the bottom, I guess it's Mississippi 271, and it's always California being the highest at 416. California gas prices versus the national average, much higher, 460 versus in the threes, or even lower than that, what you're saying now on Labor Day. But what about it in terms of the separation, what drives things in California and some of the other higher states?
A lot of regulation, a lot of state gas taxes. Those things will actually create a lot of different price points across the country. In fact, utilizing the Gas Buddy app when you have travel aspects there and plugging in your final destination, crossing a state line can mean the difference sometimes between 50, 60, 70 cents a gallon. I know here where I am currently at in Kentucky, I'm 10 minutes away from the Illinois border. As soon as I cross over, it's 70 cents more per gallon than what I'm paying right here. So guess where I always fill up? It's not a difficult decision at that particular point, especially if I'm on E. So that's really what you want to try to do if you're wanting to and looking at saving all of that money, and it does add up, is making sure that you always find the most economical price for whatever it is that your travel plans are.
People used to do that around here all the time with Jersey, but then they kind of raised their taxes. I used to say that was the only reason to go to Jersey was to get gas, but you know, now it's not as big of a difference as it used to be years ago. Now, I want to circle back because I noticed you did say something interesting. We're about to have a conversation about like Labor Day sales and retail and tariffs and everything else, but you said unless something goes wrong with the tariffs, that could have an impact as well on gas prices. What were you referring to? Like something unexpected, I guess, is what you were saying.
That's just it. You know, we have kind of a trifecta this year. It's not normally been the case. Normally, we'll have something along the lines of a hurricane season or some kind of a geopolitical issue across the globe that could potentially, in years past, cause oil price issues. This year, we've kind of had to incorporate the idea of a potential tariff back and forth, a lot of volatility there. Keeping in mind, the United States gets a large chunk of their oil supplies for the middle part of this country from Canada. The majority of the refineries across the Midwest actually get the oil from Canada in order to turn it into gasoline. So any kind of a potential tariff on those aspects could really change the price point, especially across the middle portions of the country. Kind of like much of the Northeast, certain states across the Northeast get their electricity from Canada, believe that one or not. Right. So there's a lot of interchangeability across the border, and an unknown tariff that may be 24 hours, a week, 2 weeks down the road that we don't know anything about yet can actually have a direct impact on prices. Not saying that it will, we just don't know that it won't.
Right, it's another piece of uncertainty that's out there. Okay, Matt, good analysis. Thanks. From Gas Buddy, Matt Maclain. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.